Secondly, pray with confidence. Verse 6, Paul says, I always pray with joy, confident of this, that he, God, who began a good work in you, will carry it all the way to completion, even till the day of Christ. Paul's confidence as he prays for the Philippians is in God. He's confident that God will finish, that God will bring to completion the work he began that first day along the riverbanks outside of the city of Philippi. That's the confidence he has in God. And so he prays with confidence. This is a great lesson for pastors in terms of praying for church members. We ought to pray confident that the God who began a work in us will bring it to completion. It's a great encouraging reminder for missionaries praying for the nationals that they're serving, that the first believers, that first church, those who are now facing persecution and hostility and rejection of their families, that God will complete the work that he began in them. It's a good word for parents to remember when we're praying for our children, to remember the work of God that he's begun in them. To remember the day when they prayed and trusted Christ. And then, even though now it gets messy in the in-between, we can still pray confident that God who began a good work in them will bring it to completion. Same for grandparents praying for grandchildren, or siblings praying for siblings, teachers praying for students, spiritual mentors praying for disciples. To be mindful that in the meanderings, in the in-between, put your finger on the work God began. And go to Philippians chapter 1, verse 6, and remember that God will bring it to completion. That's his word, and that's his way. He will do it. Keep on praying. God's not finished. Keep on praying, confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion. I must be mindful of the fact also that when it says, be confident of this, that he who began a good work in you, that the you there is plural, not singular. That Paul is writing to a church, and he's confident that the work that God wanted to do collectively and through the Philippian believers in their city for the sake of the gospel will be brought to completion. That God's purposes will be accomplished, not in the life of the individual, but in the life of the church and its community, because of the gospel of Christ.